Home is what connects us all, and nobody knows home like NFM. Thanks for joining us for I Am Home, the podcast that goes deeper than simply design trends and connects you to the people, projects, and ideas that help you make your house a home.
Tyler Wisecup here from NFM headquarters with Becca Sudbeck, Brand and Creative General Manager.
Hi, Tyler.
Hey, Becca. And Hillary Woltemath, Visual Display General Manager.
Hey.
Hey, Hillary. On today's episode of New Home Hints, we are joined again by brand strategist and homeowner Renee Quevedo.
Hello.
Hello, Renee. And you know the drill. Renee's bringing in home ownership topics, and we all chat about them. Sometimes she's looking for advice. Other times she's bringing the advice to us. We've covered everything from understanding your thermostat to our most recent discussion on how to be the hostess with the mostess. I'm excited to hear what you're going to be talking us through today, Renee.
Yeah, well, today's going to be kind of a group share. I thought that as we start off the new year, we could all talk about the projects, verbally commit to them, and then at the end of the year, we could come back and see how they went.
You're going to hold us accountable?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, like we talked about this year, and then we just like kind of let it go, and Renee is going to be really strict.
Well, and I also think that like whatever we talk about, maybe like this will bring a topic to what we could talk about throughout the year.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Manifesting.
Like, what's the check-in? Like, how are we feeling? Do
Well,
we
if
need
you're
to,
like, I'm going to tackle
shift,
this
transition?
project, I
Yeah.
can go do research on it for
Yeah.
you, so you don't have to. This can be like a
Oh,
learning
Oh,
experience.
okay.
Now that you're offering
All right.
that.
Yeah, see, I am
Yeah.
like, what is that? You're like outsourcing
Yeah.
help?
Yeah.
Here I am.
Of course. Yeah. Okay.
Love it.
Well, before we get to all of that, and it sounds awesome and a little too committal, honestly, if you ask me. But before we get to that, let me tell you why we're even doing this podcast. And that's because NFM is more than just your everything home store. We're in the business of improving lifestyles because we believe your home life should be your best life. Learn more at nfm.com. Okay, Renee, how do you want to kick us off?
Well, I think for us to get something out of this, after we share, of course, what our projects are, I am going to present some like helpful tips for planning.
Okay.
I feel like that may be a good thing to offer our
Please do.
listeners.
Yes.
And kind of get your trust before you start outsourcing your stuff to me, I guess. Also, then if you don't have project ideas, I have some queued up in case you want someone to tell you what to do to your home.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So
Looking at you, Tyler.
Hey, come on.
yeah. Okay, so I'll start us off. We have just a few projects we're working on this year. Just to give you a little visual of our home. It's a multi-level home, so it's not a split level. I know you're all like, well, Renee, if there's stairs right at the entryway, it's probably a split level. But no, there's another set of stairs that takes you right upstairs over the garage, and that's where all the bedrooms are. So that like main wall that borders the stairs up to the second floor, I guess, that we're going to try to do a gallery wall. So I'm very excited. Yes, I've been like Pinteresting galore on.
We have one of those in our like house, and I love
the gallery wall. Yeah.
Yes.
See, are you like filling it with photos?
I'm filling it with it's really like pictures of of my kids from like the time they were babies, and family pictures from the time they were little until we've been doing it for 13 years.
Yeah, that's so
and I will
cute.
say I'm almost out of space.
Oh,
no.
wow.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do then, but like I do love just looking at how much they've grown and changed over the years, because I can like see it like right in front of my eyes, you know.
Yeah, see, I don't have kids, so the
precious.
documentation would just be me aging. And
Cosmo?
I don't know if anybody. Well, yeah, there's Cosmo, but he's like dogs go from like puppy to 1 year, and then they like stay the same.
Yeah.
So I could like overwhelm my guests.
I mean, I
with
think you
puppy
could do so
photos.
many things with it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I have like grand plans to like kind of outsource. Well, like I like to be artsy.
Yeah.
So I like to paint. So I would probably do a couple paintings that I like.
Yeah.
And then, I like to support other designers. So maybe buy a few prints from some people I follow on the Instawebs.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's a striking art piece here on the floor, maybe cop that and
Heck yeah.
take it home. So
I love that too, because I feel like you can mix and match so many different things, which I feel like is the beauty of it.
yeah, I saw this person on Pinterest had like done a whole color scheme, but it was like a mix between like wall art, like ceramics, and then like prints, and then like stuff that maybe it looked like I could maybe execute it. So I was like, oh, maybe they did that themselves, but they probably didn't. But it was like all red, black, and white. And I was like, oh,
Cool.
I kind of love that. But we have kind of like a lot of color going on in our home. So I'm kind of just like going to embrace the color.
Do it.
I think. So
Yeah.
that's my hope. I mean, that's going to take a lot of like there's so many options out there. So
Mhm.
And you have to be okay, I feel like with it being a work in progress,
Yes.
right? Like this is like a start,
yes,
like
Uh-huh.
unless you feel like you're going to finish the whole thing in 1 year. But I feel like
No.
it's like one of those that's like a
there'll be room for there to be
Yeah.
extra space. I'm gonna like I've been trying to look at like gallery grids to
Yeah.
see like what should I do, because it's like a diagonal, so I don't, it's not like a perfect square that I can mix and match. So I'm trying to figure out like what main 3 things I want to start with, and then do like little in between it and around it. So we'll see. I'm excited to report back on how far I get.
Yeah. I'm
that's
excited
a
to
fun
hear.
project.
Yeah, I'm very excited. I have to get Marcus's approval on a few of the things before I just like stab them on the wall,
Great. That's easy to patch and paint.
Right,
I mean, yeah, it can be a team effort.
Well,
Mhm.
right, but like I'm not gonna sit there on Pinterest with him because I don't think he finds that at all exciting. So I'll just bring him to the.
If
pitch
he knows
the
better,
paintings,
he'll
I
should be like,
guess.
"Yes, Renee, I love it. Go
Yeah.
for it."
You're right. You're right. He's very supportive.
That's
Don't get me wrong.
that's
Yeah.
usually the best answer,
Mhm.
Yeah.
especially if you've done all the time and research and clearly you're thinking about it.
Yeah. Normally I probably just overthink it. I'm like, what do you think of this? And he's like, yeah.
Whatever.
Like here I had this like whole pitch I'm gonna
Yeah.
pitch to you about my
He's like,
artwork.
"Sure,
I
go
want."
for it.
Be
Yeah.
excited about it.
Whatever excites you, Renee. And then the other projects we have, they're not so fun, and they involve the exterior of our home. They're our deck. We have to resurface the deck, so we're gonna go composite wood, I believe. So
Nice.
it doesn't rot.
I love. That's a good idea.
That's what you guys have.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's what we're leaning towards.
It's just
And
like
then
maintenance free. I feel like once you
Yeah.
do it.
well, and then I just noticed that like my dog has been like eating
Oh,
our current
yeah.
deck, so I'm like, we can't be having that again.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's not good for the dog.
No. Well, I mean, he's fine. There's been no side effects so far.
Building
but-
immunities.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have
Sure, digesting the
an,
deck.
un-
is
an
interesting.
unplanned tree removal. So that's kind of another
Oh.
project we have going on. So those ones will definitely be happening.
Yeah.
But the gallery wall is like
That's
my-
like the fun
That's
one.
the fun
yeah,
one.
That's my
Yeah.
fun one.
Yeah.
So how about you guys? Anybody want to start?
Tyler, you have the newest
Well, yeah.
home change.
Yeah. So we got a new place a few months ago. So we've got a ton of stuff that we want to do. I mean, we've done a bunch, but like as far as the like paint on walls stuff, we've committed on like one room so far. And so
Mhm.
we've got like a lot of spaces. I think probably the big thing is trying to complete the wall aesthetics throughout the home. They've got a white that was across the whole house, but it's really harsh white that we're not big fans
Yeah.
of. And I want to bring in a little bit more color. We've got like this retro sunshine idea to kind of inspire color throughout the whole house
Mhm.
with a palette that I've been working on with my wife Sarah. So we're excited to kind of like jump in a little bit and actually kind of accent all the wall spaces.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I've seen the
throughout
color
house.
palette. It's very cool. I like it.
Yeah, thank you. So I think that's probably, if I'm gonna like be committed to something,
Mhm.
that's something I'd like to try to do. The other thing that I have that we haven't quite jumped into yet is like my office space. Right now it's just a room where we've thrown a bunch
Mhm.
of junk.
As it
So-
often is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've done really good with the rest of the rooms. Like we've got everything almost set up. We've got a new carpet going in the basement, so that's going to be like a project that's happening. But
Mhm.
I'm not going to do too much. I
Mhm.
mean, yeah, there's some things that we're going to do there, but I think the office is like, because that'll take care of like the
Mhm.
first 2 levels basically,
Mhm.
and then I think we can plan out some bigger plans for basements or things like that. So I'm committing to like paint on walls and
Mhm.
finishing that office space.
I'm excited for your office space. I feel like we've been invited
I
into your
know.
kitchen
Yeah,
for so
yeah.
long on these like video calls. I can't wait to see.
It's going to be a big change. I
Yeah.
don't know if my dogs are going to be happy with me, but we're going to make it. We're going to make it happen.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I had the privilege of seeing your last home when you were selling. And I think you and Sarah do a really good job of like making your space a reflection of like the two of you. So I'm excited to see what you do with this new space.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been doing some really good stuff with your like living. I guess what did you call that? Like your living room where you've got the
Yeah.
like the library or what you guys were calling that?
We're calling that room the library because we want to do like this big, and I'm not sure that we're going to be able to get to it this year, so I'm not like committing
right
to it on the
Mhm.
podcast, but we want to do some built-ins and like make a library wall,
Oh, that'll be
and we've got a
really
fun
Mhm.
like I don't know, like this vintagey art, like you were talking about a gallery
Mhm.
wall. We're
Mhm.
trying to do one on that wall that we've got a fireplace. It's kind of a
Mhm.
weird, the fireplace is not centered in the
Mhm.
room,
Oh,
and
yeah.
so we're trying to like do something a little funky, a little cool with the extra space that we've got there. So
Mhm.
I actually was thrifting. Here's my hot tip for the
Mhm.
listener. If you've
Love it.
never heard of Goodwill's auction site, they have an auction website, so you can go in and
Huh.
it's sort of like an eBay kind of thing, but it's
Okay.
all thrifted Goodwill products. And so you can go in and I've been like
Is
thrifting.
it local?
Like Omaha?
It's across everywhere. You can
Oh,
you can
but you have to
refine.
ship, but like you have to pay to get it. You ship it.
You
to
do
yourself?
pay for shipping, but I've been thrifting some art pieces, and you can get
Mhm.
shipping as low as like $5. Sometimes they have 1 cent shipping on
Oh,
on the
Okay.
Okay.
So like an
like it's-
incentive to.
well, yeah, but it's part of the package auction
Yeah.
that you're going in for. So
Okay.
like I've been able to get like these big like I'm bad on sizes, but like
Mhm.
24, 36 like size like oil paintings
Uh-huh.
for as low as like $20.
That's
Wow,
crazy.
And
that's cool.
there's a bunch of them, and I haven't loved all of them after seeing
Yeah.
them come in, but a lot of them are really cool. And so we're still kind of experimenting with how to get everything up on the wall.
Yeah.
But
And their canvas, like
they're
you said.
they're oil canvases. They have these beautiful ornate frames,
Uh-huh.
this vintagey like 1800s aesthetic, and then some of them are a little bit more plain,
Uh-huh.
but the print is a little bit more. But yeah, they're all oil paintings on canvas, and
So
and
cool.
you can refine it that way, or you can look for prints. You can look for, I mean, that's just the art
Mhm.
portion of the site, and then you can, of course, anything else that Goodwill sells that
Yeah,
they
I
also
had
sell
no
on this
idea.
website.
Is
Yeah.
it on like goodwill.com or is it like Goodwill auction?
I think it's
something?
shopgoodwill.com. I'll have to find the link to make sure,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
cool.
like
I'll
if
have
you
to
just
dig into
if you
that.
do the Googles for the
Yeah,
Goodwill auction,
I'm sure
it's
those
gonna pop
keywords
right
will
up.
help.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
gonna pop right up.
That's a hot tip for you,
Yeah, I
Renee,
know.
too.
That's
Like
that's I'm like
find interesting
Yeah.
frames for your gallery wall, or if you're like disappointed by the painting,
Yeah,
like
you could
Mhm.
reuse the
Yeah.
frame.
yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
put a fresh coat of white
Yep.
on it and
give it a
and
go.
yeah.
myself.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
So that's me.
It's awesome. Thank you for
Nice.
sharing.
Yeah.
Hot tip from Tyler.
Yeah.
I have a lot of paint in my future
Okay.
as well too. We got a big portion of our like kitchen, living, entryway areas, fresh coat of paint, and then painted the trim also.
Ooh, boy, that's a project.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, it is. But I love it so much. So we went white, not overly warm white, but it's not bright white, and then a kind of beigey, greigey taupe on the trim.
Oh,
So I'm into that like trim
Oh,
color
okay.
over
Yeah. Good idea.
Interesting.
white.
Over a white.
And yeah, it's like easy to clean. It doesn't show.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
white
for
trim.
sure.
is-
Yes.
Oof.
Yes. So excited to carry that through the rest of the house. And then I have been looking into lime washing paint and want to do
Yes.
some of that because some of the like smooth walls like in the
Uh-huh.
bathroom, like I don't want to like do too much on the walls, but I
Yeah.
think lime washing will add a lot of
Oh, yeah.
interest.
Yeah.
So looking into doing that. And then I was really gung-ho about painting kitchen cabinets after, I should mention too, like taking the interior doors with the trim to that like taupey, greigey, beigey
Oh,
color.
yeah.
So want to paint the rest of the interior doors and upgrade the hardware.
Nice.
Keep carrying that through. And was gung-ho about, like we invested in a paint sprayer and was gung-ho about painting the kitchen cabinets. but the fronts are real wood. And so there's like knots and grain. And so
Yeah.
I just like, I don't want to fill all of that and sand.
Yeah, it's like a lot of steps
Yeah.
to get that to work.
Yes. So I'm kind of shifting my thoughts and maybe looking at buying new cabinet fronts.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Yeah,
So
that's a good
keep
idea.
the bases, but I think there's several companies out there that you can buy cabinet fronts, drawer fronts, and then the base we could paint and then get the either buy the fronts unpainted and paint them ourselves, or a lot of them offer like Sherwin-Williams
Yeah.
paint colors. So that's
exciting.
my project to like dig into.
I'm kind of
a
glad
little
you're
bit.
not gonna go all in on the painting the cabinets. We did that when we first moved in,
Mhm.
and I just worked on taping and
Mhm.
like taking off hardware, but I know it drove Marcus a little batty on the whole process of
Yes.
painting
It's a
them.
lot of work.
Yeah, it's like hard to
Yeah.
live through that too. I did that in another home, and I did like this Rust-Oleum kit and did it all by hand, and it turned out okay. But
Right.
Yeah. If you want it to look like
yeah,
great, if you want it to,
Mhm.
I mean, like you didn't do it yourself,
Mhm.
like it takes some time.
Yes. Yeah. There's a painting account I follow on Instagram called Orem Painting, and they're out of Canada actually, but like great information, great tips on
Oh.
there as well too. And I've learned a lot. They don't shame DIY, but like just show the differences of like
Knowing what you're doing.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just
I
having
love
that extra
the
emphasis.
I
Mhm.
love the lime wash idea because
Mhm.
like if you're not sold on a particular wallpaper, like that
Mhm.
adds enough variance, I feel like,
Mhm.
if you wanted to add somewhat of a spunk to your
Yeah.
small room without, shocking people when they walk in on a theme.
Yes.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I'm excited about that too.
That'll be very exciting.
Yeah.
How about you, Becca?
So I feel like we're coming off a year of a lot of home
Mhm.
projects. So I think this next year, the major thing is going to be finishing like the backyard. So they were just winterizing it yesterday. So the pool's definitely not done. But hopefully in the spring they'll finish it up. And then,
Get a full season out
yeah,
of it.
I'm hoping, I will do all new furniture out there. I think
Mhm.
we're going to update all of our outdoor lighting.
Nice.
And so I feel like it's definitely going to be like a whole brand new space, but
Yeah.
Fun.
it's carrying over from this year into next year.
What are you looking
Yeah.
at for lighting? Like, what is is there like a hot tip that you have for us? And we've been sharing.
There's a lot of built-in lighting that's already going to be like and some of that's already done. Like
Mhm.
it's built into the retaining walls. It's
Mhm.
built into the fire pit that we built out. And then there will be some like LED I think solar path lighting.
Nice.
Nice.
Which I feel like we did end up going with like, not like probably just like the off the shelf like at Home Depot. Like these
Mhm.
are
Mhm.
like a little bit nicer. I feel like I've tried those before and I haven't had a great experience with them.
Right.
So I'm hopeful that that these are, this is what like our landscaper recommended to
Okay.
do. So we will have some of the solar pathway lighting, and then we're swapping out all of the just like outdoor lighting sconces like around our like the whole exterior of our house.
Nice. And are you doing like LED there? I've seen a trend with like gas.
I really, really, really want to do the
Yeah.
gas. I have
Uh-huh.
not committed to what I'm obviously everything's already hardwired
Mhm.
for it's hardwired for
Yeah.
like just normal electricity.
Uh-huh.
So I haven't broached the subject quite yet with
Yeah.
Rory if we
Mm.
can convert everything to gas or if I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm on the fence. I love how the gas looks.
Uh-huh.
But
So it's just like a little flame.
It's like gas like
Yeah.
lanterns.
yeah, like actual like lanterns.
Oh.
And they're really, really cool. We
Mhm.
actually have some people that live on our street have like gas lanterns that they use, and I love them. I've always loved them, but
Mhm.
obviously I know there's
an
fancy.
expense with that too.
Yeah. So, I think we're really just going to try and get our
Yeah.
project that's been going on for quite a while wrapped up.
Mhm.
That'll be exciting. So do you think it'll be ready by like the summertime?
It's supposed to be ready by May 1st. So,
Oh my god.
yeah,
That's
I'm
very
hoping.
exciting.
I mean, I feel like we might. I think by the time it like really is like
It's warm
consistently
enough
warm,
to-
yeah.
hopefully we'll be all done.
Yeah, the kids will just start cannonballing in.
Yeah.
The pool, and they'll be ready. And you'll be like, bye. Thank
Yeah.
you. I'll
We
go
have our-
sit in my lawn chair over here.
Podcast pool party.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
From the
clearly on the
backyard.
agenda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to.
Live from the new
Uh-huh.
backyard.
Reporting in our swimmies.
I'm also excited to see. Well, I guess maybe it's probably done since you said your basement's that like 2-way fireplace.
Yeah, well, it's like it's in. You can see like
Mhm.
out through it. The stone's all done. But I was asking actually last night when they were down there. I'm like, man, it would be really nice to turn on the fireplace.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's quite done. There's like stuff that's still wrapped up inside there, and I'm like, I don't even know if it's.
Oh.
I did not attempt to turn it on. I'm like, I might blow something
Better
up.
safe than
Yeah.
sorry there.
Yeah.
I think that
Hedge your bet there.
it's very close, and I definitely intend on like turning that on and using it this
Yeah.
winter.
Nice.
But I don't think it's quite. I think they said next week they have to come back and something with like the gas line that goes to it. So
Sounds moderately.
yeah, I was like, I'm
important.
not gonna.
Yeah.
Where he was like, I don't know, I think it's done, and I'm like, well, it doesn't look done. I'm gonna just leave it alone for now. Like I
That's
don't want to
awesome.
blow.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I don't want to blow it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start
yeah.
from scratch. all
That
over
would be
again.
so sad.
Yeah, it would be.
Well, those are all very exciting. I'm excited to hold you all, kind of accountable.
Oh,
Becca, yours is a
jeez.
little out of control, like out of your control.
Yeah.
And since
Yes.
that, like it's on your
Right.
contractors and
Right.
people to help.
Matter of getting that wrapped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll be able to report back on some things.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Okay, so I did promise some tips for everybody as we go into this new year. Okay, and maybe you, Becca, can speak to some of these through your experience with the basement redo in the backyard. But the first tip that I found from this article of 23, so there are 23 great tips. I only
Mhm.
picked out 5 for time's sake, but the first one being know your end goal. So are you renovating to raise the resale value of your home, or will you be staying put for a few years? Consider the condition of your neighborhood before you begin and know which renovations are good return on your investment and
Mhm.
which would be considered overdoing it.
Mhm.
So that one I feel like, well, for me, because I'm like kind of in a, a bit of a starter home, like
Mhm.
not to go crazy with the
Yep.
Yeah.
things
Same.
I'm like loving to
You
see.
don't want to be the most
I think
expensive
that's
house
really
in the
good
neighborhood.
advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is to know
Mhm.
if you're not staying there forever,
Ever.
like think
Yeah.
about what you're doing to if you feel like you want to move someday.
Mhm.
Yeah. I remember we entered into our kitchen and my mom, of course, went through the house after we bought it and was like,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, I can't wait to help you with this home or whatever. And then she I came over to her house later and she had drawn up a new kitchen. And I was like, no. We can't be doing that. This is we're happy with how it looks. We
Uh-huh.
got it. We're just gonna use what we've got for right now.
Yeah.
Until that even makes sense for us. But she was like, I think you just blow out that pantry and you put in a whole long island with bar. And I was like, okay. I'm so glad I came over here, just me today and not Marcus. 'Cause you probably would have lost it. But yes, definitely know your end goal and
Mhm.
be aware of what your neighborhood and your investment should be. Obviously, the second one is have a budget. Remember to add in a contingency fund for any unexpected costs and expect
Yes.
to use it, as well as incidental costs like eating out for the kitchen reno or even a hotel for a night or two. I think that was
Mhm.
really insightful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I definitely wouldn't think about the food plan if I was doing my kitchen. I just,
Mhm.
feel like I could get in there into the fridge, maybe just yogurt every day of my life. But microwavable meals.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not even that if you're getting a whole new microwave.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah.
did you guys have any problems with the basement that
I mean, I
Or-
definitely think it's definitely important to have a budget, but I think you always need to go in knowing you're going to overspend. Like,
Mhm.
I think they say plan at least 20%. And I would say that's,
been pretty consistent?
On the low end, yeah.
yeah, maybe on the low end,
Uh-huh.
but
That's crazy.
I think you need to be realistic. So if they tell you it's going to cost X, you need to add something to
Yeah.
that. And
Wow.
that goes for the timeline as well. But
Yeah.
I just think that it's never we built this house that we're in now, and obviously
Mhm.
we're redoing some things, but in none of my experiences have they ever.
Been ahead of schedule.
Well, no, our home builders were amazing, and they got us in on time, and it was awesome. But I would say
It was a
that's-
different time.
I think it's a
Mhm.
different time, but I also think that they were the exception.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And not. I mean, I think for the most part, in people I've talked to and everything else, like it always takes longer and it always costs more than what they tell you. And I think you just have to know that up front. So like plan accordingly.
Right.
Yeah, I think this budget one is just, it's good because, I mean, even if you have a smaller project, just knowing what you're willing to spend and then having that idea of like, all right, but this is what I'm really going to be willing to spend if we get up to that point, is just good so that everyone's on the same page, especially if multiple people in your house, because then feelings get hurt and you're like, well, I thought we were going to spend blah, blah, blah. And then you get into little arguments about it. And just having that up front is just such a good idea. Even if it's like, we just want to put paint on walls, but like that costs money to do and time and effort.
Rollers, tape paint, containers.
So I like this. This makes a lot of sense.
Oh yeah. And then the other thing I saw with like the budget conversation is like, even though you like see something that you really like, make sure that if you're willing to splurge on that, it's something you will use. So like I was on like a construction website and they were like, so many people want like these amazing grand bathtubs and they don't even like to take baths. And I'm like, wow, that's kind of like, whoa, I feel like that probably happens a lot. Or they insist on putting a desk in the kitchen and all it does is create clutter.
Junk.
So just like take a second to check yourself on what you're like keeping your eye out on and make sure it's something that's actually functional and that you'll use if you're going to splurge on it. Another good tip that they had was to align your calendar. This will kind of probably be presented to you, I guess, if you're working with somebody, I would assume. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But like I said, don't take that for, I mean, I feel like you have to, I don't even think they do a good job of managing your expectations. So I think you need to just manage, you need to know that like, that obvious, I don't know. I think a lot of times they're just not like they can get the work done, but they're not necessarily great business people. A lot of them are not set up to like manage the customer service side of the business. Like they can do the physical work, but they are just not, that's not how they operate. They don't understand like, you know, like the customer and like setting expectations and all of that stuff. So they just tell you what you want to hear. And then they don't like worry about like, okay, what happens when this doesn't happen? So I think that, I mean, I think that's like a huge opportunity for the industry in general is to like figure out a way to manage like, you know, the customer service and your the expectations.
Project schedules.
Because I think that makes a huge difference as far as like the end, like how you feel about it. At the end of the day, you probably get it done, but like the feelings that go along with it, like I have a whole bunch of those.
Absolutely.
And you know, it just, I mean, at this point it is what it is, but like, I feel like you have to be prepared.
Well, and it's such like a relationship, either if it's you and your partner or if it's someone you're hiring, like you want to make sure it's a good one because there could be major consequences if it's not good. So keep your eye on the calendar. Always work your way backwards for that one. And then of course, plan for cushion time. Okay. The fourth tip was recommendations. So ask friends for recommendations for people they've used previously. So I think that one's kind of, we all naturally tend to do that because we're like, where do I even begin? But ask as many people as you want, or people that you like their kitchen or their bathrooms, and kind of see if that was something that was already there or if they tackled it themselves. Just kind of, you know, figure out what's out there and what you could potentially do or what they would definitely recommend an expert coming in to do.
Lessons learned.
Yeah. So I thought that one was obviously a very good one. And then the fifth and final one was make adjustments to your space based on the renovation you are doing. Make sure you are planning a safe space for family, pets, or just somewhere to occupy outside of the work zone, specifically in big renovations. But just have that. And they also said to have like a ground zero. So if you're doing it yourself, make sure you have a place where all the tools and everything is staying.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And then a place where like you can live while the project is going on.
Yep.
I don't know how many like random tape measures and like just nail things that we have just like randomly. I'll just be like cleaning and it all just goes into my trunk door. So it's just
out of sight, out of mind.
Just that organization makes it so much easier
Save
to
your
like,
sanity.
to like jump into the project when you're trying to get it done. So that like, if we're talking about the calendar and the budget, all that stuff, if I'm having to buy new tape because I can't find the tape because like you're saying we're decluttering at one point and moving, just love that organization.
Love that one struck a chord with you.
Yes.
So this was just the top 5 that I really liked, and there's a whole bunch of I mean, there's 18 other ones. There was a
Mhm.
list of 23. So,
And what was this list again? It was
well, I have the link. It's from thefamilyhandyman.com.
Oh, yeah.
Tips for getting started on home projects. So we'll probably include that in the episode notes for everybody.
Yeah.
Just so you have that. I liked the read. I just picked 5 for time purposes.
I think I've been on that site.
Yeah, the
Many a
Family
time. That's a good
Handyman.
one. That's a good one.
Bookmarked.
I love that. Okay, I think we're okay on time. So I'm going to add in the projects that I promised. Just an idea of a few of them. So one, Tyler, you kind of touched on a little bit, adding shelving and storage around the house. So whether that's built-ins or just like buying the shelving units. We invested in a lot of floating shelves moving into our home, and I like that for decoration's sake. But we do have a lot of books. I think at one point it was just like a line up the wall in my office of just like books on their side. I was like, I mean, it's kind of cute, but we'll just let it go for now until we get a shelf unit there.
The garage is a good space for this too.
Yeah.
Like, just to organize the clutter and try to like get some things that, like, if I got a junk room, right? I mean, this is a good one to kind of think about when getting your life together for 2023 resolution.
I've seen the things in the garage that like the lid slides across the, like there's like a track that you put the top of the edge of the, I'm explaining this so poorly. The edge of the bin slides into a track up above. And so it's like you can just like slot all your bins up top.
Yep.
I don't know what kind of storage.
And they're on a track, like they.
Yeah, you get like a track installed in your ceiling, and you just like slide them in, slide them out.
Yes, check out Gladiator Garage. I think we have their full range of, Gladiator. We did a shop called Gladiator Garage, but it's Gladiator products. We've got like the full range of products on the website. We carry a few pieces like here in the stores.
Yep.
But like for every, I mean, if it's like gardening, tool storage, like seasonal stuff, sports and recreational.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, and just like kits, like get the whole package.
Yeah, it makes it really easy, and like they're so specific. I mean, I've seen some of these that like, if you got like you want to put the basketball in a specific spot, like it's got a thing.
Yep.
And part of the whole kit. Oh, just love
organization is what Tyler wants. Okay, got it.
Please.
Okay, then another idea for a project is to revamp your entryway. This is kind of a simple one that you can tackle. And it also like, it leaves a good note with your guests. Like we talked about this, I think, very briefly on the hostess episode last month, but like just making a really welcoming space right when people walk into your home is very nice. Instead of like seeing all kinds of shoes, like speaking from, I'm projecting here. I have lots of shoes. So they're just like all piled up right at the front door. So that's on the back of my brain. But revamping your entryway. And then I'll just give a few more here. We talked about updating your light fixtures in a previous one. That is also a project that they recommended.
It makes such a big impact. I mean, I can't agree more.
Great way to add character too. If you're feeling like your home lacks a little character, it's got like your basic finishes, you know, the safe choices from when it was built. That's a great way to add some character.
Yeah, I love that. We definitely did that when we moved in because we didn't want to tackle the whole kitchen. We just did the cabinets and the light fixture. And loved it. Okay, then the last one I'm just going to say is making the switch to energy efficiency. So just that thermostat, you know, your air purifiers and everything else we've talked about previously this month, but just that energy efficient lifestyle is a project. So it's one worth tackling.
It's going to put more money in your wallet to do other fun projects.
There you go, Hillary. That's a great way to put that.
Tie it back. And like we said during our trends one, I mean, there's so much smart technology. It makes it easy to monitor. I mean, it's just
we all want convenience, right?
Just do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was really good, Renee. I think I mean, yes, you're making it very awkward that we're going to have to like be committed to things.
Can't disappoint Renee.
365 days to get it done.
Oh, boy. But we'll take it. We'll take it on. Thank you for bringing this topic to us. I think it was a good one. Thank you, Hillary. Thank you, Becca. And I think everyone who's listening at home, make sure to subscribe, rate, and review the I'm Home podcast. Then hop over to nfm.com to learn more about our company and shop 24/7 for today's top furnishing styles. We'll be back again soon with another episode. Till then, remember, home is what you make it.
Thanks for listening to I Am Home with Tyler Weiskup, Hillary Waltemath, and Becca Sudbeck. If you like our show and want to know more, check out nfm.com or please leave us a review on the podcast platform of your choice.